If I had my way, everything would be so nice. This world would be like Paris. No, it would be a paradise. No one would ever have to say, I'm gonna get my wish someday. All one would have to do is say, this is my order, if you may. Welcome to another episode of The School Without Walls. I am the host and founder, Antonio Hobbs. Not Anthony, but Antonio Hobbs. My guest today is Miss Yolanda Harris. Well, a former student of mine who's done quite well. I'm going to introduce her later, but my format for now forward would be the first quarter, or the opening remarks, will be on the lecture or the dispensing of information to the community. We're in such a dire need as an African American family to get more information, I think, than what we're getting. As I've said before, I think that charity begins at home and it should spread abroad. So my responsibility is to try to get my family in order, not meaning that I have anything against other folks, other families. So I want to mention Professor Milton Jackson, a music instructor here at the university, did the theme song that we have here, and I want you to, I'm very appreciative of this theme song. I do not have the title of it, but he will be on program later and tell us exactly what that theme song is all about. The date is the 17th of April, I believe I'm correct with that. I failed to put this down. This program is, as I said, it's an educational medium. And my pastor has given me some Bible trivia. My pastor is the Reverend Alvin Smith, who's the pastor of St. John African Methodist Episcopal Church here in Pine Bluff. So I'm going to deal with a little biblical trivia for a few moments. Who committed the first murder according to the Bible? Was it Adam, Cain, Lot, or Jacob? If you'd like to answer, Ms. Harris, you might answer that. Would you like to answer for those people?
I am so afraid of being wrong.
That's okay.
I'm going to pass.
I'll come back and give an answer in a few minutes. I want the public to think about that for a minute. Adam, Cain, Lot, or Jacob. One of the four committed the first crime according to the Bible. There was a character in the Bible called Boaz. Who was Boaz's wife? Was it Sarah, Rebecca, Ruth, or Hannah? One more. What animal did God provide for a sacrifice in place of Abraham's son, Isaac? If you're a church person, you know about that story. So let's go back. Now, who committed the first murder? If you said Cain, you were right. Who was Boaz's wife? If you said Ruth, you were right. What animal did God provide for a sacrifice in place of Abraham's son Isaac? If you said a ram, you were right. And of course, that's found in Genesis 22:13. About Boaz is Ruth 4:9 and 10. And about Cain is Genesis 4:8. So much for that. The second thing I want to emphasize is the importance of us as African Americans realizing that the black family is in serious trouble. And we're asking all people of character to be involved in doing whatever you can to stop a young person from going astray, a young person from going to prison, a young person from going to an early grave, a young person from murdering someone. It all has to do with family. So I'd like to share with you something that a man by the name of Philip Jackson, founder and director of the Black Star Project. His question is, will globalization destroy Black America? We live in a global world today.
we must have much more information than my father had, that generation. So according to Mr. Jackson, there are four things that we must do. And I support him 100%. And I'm asking persons of character, leaders such as pastors and persons who are heads of organizations to hopefully support what I'm saying. In order for Black America to survive, we must rebuild the black family. Every major problem in the black community has to do with whether the black family is functioning as it should. Number two, provide black boys with strong, positive black men as mentors. I'm thankful to say we're making fairly good progress here in Pine Bluff. We have, I know, 4 ministers who are seriously involved in this, and I'm asking all ministers, since you're leaders, to find somebody in your community, in your church community, to mentor some youngsters, especially those who do not have a father image in their family. Number 3, control the negative peer culture and electronic media that mold men and black boys into being violent. This print is so small. Being violent, irresponsible persons. Number 4, understand that for the rest of our existence, black people will live in what we call a STEM world, S-T-E-M-M. That's a world based on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and we must be conscious of that in order to prepare ourselves to thrive. Final, number 5, we need to learn to control our economic fate by mastering the principles of entrepreneurship. Learn and understand business principles, the management of businesses, the management of people, understand how to handle finance, accounting, and etc. According to Mr. Philip Jackson, founder and director of the Black Star Project, these are things that are very important, and we here at the School Without Walls support this 100%. After the break, I'm going to bring my guest forward who is doing much of what I'm talking about, and may God bless her in her endeavor.
Hi, I'm Anthony Fernando, a veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm also a graduate of UAPB. I'm currently enrolled in the Master of Science in Aquaculture Fisheries program. Thanks to my mentor, Dr. Eggleton, I'm acquiring unique skills needed for future employment.
Since coming to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, Tony has been involved in a wide range of undergraduate research. Some of this research he plans to publish later this year. UAPB prepares its students for these types of opportunities every day.
UAPB is preparing me.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education.
Right up here.
So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour
Lights there, darks there.
to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Namdi Asomugha. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
When tragedy struck Indonesia and Haiti, the world responded. The famine, war, and drought affecting the Horn of Africa right now is larger than both these crises combined, and the world should be paying attention. Text a donation of $10, but do more than donate. Forward the facts to everyone you know. Forward from our site, forward on Facebook, and forward on Twitter. We are the relief.
Those of you who have just joined us, I'm Anthony Hobbs, host and founder of this educational program called the School Without Walls. My guest is Miss Yolanda Harris. She is a former student of mine from a while back. So glad to have you here with us.
Thank you, Dr. Hobbs.
Okay, now what I'd like to do before we get into what your work is. Tell me about your family. I know you're the daughter of Reverend Harris.
Yes,
I can't think of his first name.
Jethro Harris.
Jethro Harris. And
yes.
I never met your mother.
Really?
Is she still living?
Yes, sir. She's an educator in early childhood for over 30 years. She works here in Pine Bluff for CDI. But my father is a pastor. He's been pastor for over 35 years. And I am his administrative pastor. And so I'm a pew baby. I grew up in the church and a PK. So the ministry is very much a part of my life.
And also, your father was once a member of the Plum Bayou School Board.
Yes, sir.
When I first became superintendent
yes,
of the school district. And fine man. Okay, siblings, how many are there?
There are 4, including myself, 3 girls, 1 boy.
I've only met the boy and you. Are they
Really?
Younger or older? They're younger.
They're all younger. I am the oldest. Yes,
I remember
sir.
your oldest brother. What is his name?
Brian Harris. He's a pastor also in Little Rock.
Right? That's
yes,
amazing.
sir.
Now Brian is older than you, I think.
No, sir. I'm the oldest.
Oh, I always thought he was older than
A lot of people do. I guess it's just
close,
the male.
You're close, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Close in age.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's like a year and a half.
And you're living in, did you mention where you're living at England? You're living
yes, sir. We are living in England, Arkansas. All of us are kind of spread out, but my parents and myself, we govern the church, so I'm there with them. But I do have another sister that attends the church. Like I said, my brother has his own. So but we're all in the area.
That is so amazing.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me a little bit about I have a pamphlet here with your program. It says the mission of this Arkansas Community Mentoring is to implement programs that will inspire youth to perform, excel, and develop skills that will empower them for the future sessions. And this is exactly what I'm all about.
Awesome.
It's amazing. It's amazing how we are thinking the same way. You want to go in more detail about what you have done
yes, sir.
in this endeavor? Okay.
Yes, sir. Well, first of all, I have been doing outreach for the past 15 years in my community. I have a background in prevention, and also I've served on our school board there in England. And like I said, and then being a youth director in my ministry for all those years, probably since I was a youngster myself, has just given me a lot of experience and a lot of insight on what's going on with our youth and some of the crises that they encounter. And so I've been in the trenches with them, having to roll up my sleeves and really connect and understand what's going on. Since then, my burden for our community has just increased, as you were saying earlier in your earlier segment. And so God has just given me this outlet through community outreach to use the arts and other initiatives that I have, education and personal and social development, to really help our youth work through those social challenges and those academic challenges. And if we can help them and understand some of the issues that are going on, perhaps we can see an increase in their academics, in other areas that we want to see them, just see them live healthy lives.
That's very good. Now, do you concentrate on the importance of the traditional family? So a lot of our youngsters don't have a family like we used to have.
Yes, sir. As a matter of fact, that is something that I'm discovering most recently, I guess, because I'm realizing that in order to help the child, you have to help the family.
Right.
You really have to. It's like working with the youth. You find out that the kids aren't the only ones who need services. They aren't the only ones, who need the help. And so you really have to embrace the family if you're going to help that child. And so that's my mission. I've added that to that.
I see. Now, another question is concerning the family. If we don't deal with the cause, then it's hard to do very much, like we're just putting a Band-Aid on it. What
Yes, sir.
do you think is causing so many the breakdown of families? What are some of the causes?
Well, some of the causes that I've seen working with youth are just absent. The absence, and normally we blame that absence on fathers. However, it's really becoming more relevant to me that it's just the whole family network, and that's kind of what I'm focusing on now with this partnership that I'm developing, because so much is missing from the family. Someone said that it takes a village to raise a child, even when everybody's together. It still takes a village. You still need that. And I remember, since we were talking about my childhood, I remember coming up that everybody had a hand in raising me. And the other thing is, everybody spoke the same language. So if it was wrong at home, it was wrong at school, it was wrong at church, and if there was a success, the community celebrated the success, the faith community, the business community, everybody appreciated it. So I think that those are some of the things that's missing from our kids from the home perspective. And then there's just the breakdown is just consistent across the board. You know, there's just a lack of individuals caring. So.
And it's not just a one generation thing now. We have generations now.
Yes, sir.
Broken families.
Yes.
And we, as a community, I feel that we really got to do a lot of individual work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, how do you reach those that don't go to church? You know, certainly the church is the foundation, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
But we have quite a few. Do you have any ministry that reaches those students who don't normally attend church?
Absolutely. I'm so glad you asked that question. Because my arts program is the longest running and most effective program that I have. And the good thing about it is that it is faith-based. And so a lot of our performances and the productions that we do, whether we are doing something local or traveling on the road, we're able to take the church to the people. And I found out just recently as well that it's those people that don't go to church who come to my productions. And I never really noticed until I laid back and just kind of watched the shows after we've done them, and I realized these aren't church people. You know, I mean, this is a church production, kinda. You know, it's community, but it's also church. But let's
stop on that note, and we'll come back after break, and we'll continue talking about those persons that are not church people that attend your program.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Okay, right.
Hello, my name is Latrice Smith. I'm a graduating senior here at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, majoring in computer science. At this point, I thought that I would be struggling to find a job, but thanks to my mentor, Dr. Jesse Walker, and Career Services, I was able to obtain a position as a service management specialist.
Latrice worked hard obtaining 3 internships while on campus. UAPB can help prepare students like Latrice for those same opportunities.
UAPB prepared me.
Look, he's blushing. Seriously.
Now, come on. Come on. All right. I know. 2 seconds. Hang on. Just stand still. Stand still, love. 1 second. I know. Just I know. He's done. Okay, go, go, go. No. Boys, hang on, boys.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Kids will spend 57 minutes making me go splat.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks.
Those of you who have just joined us, I'm Anthony Hobbs, host and founder of this educational program called The School Without Walls. My guest is Miss Yolanda Harris. just before the break, we were talking about how one might reach those who do not go to church, and you used to have a program. So give me a few minutes on that, and then we're going to talk about your curriculum.
Okay. Again, the arts program that I have, it's a group called NBA Holy Hands. NBA is short for New Beginnings Apostolic, which is the name of my church. So we have carried that program to the community for the past 15 years, and we do 3 productions a year, and all of them are centered around the life and ministry of Jesus Christ. And so we do the crucifixion at Easter, we do a show called Miracles during the fall, and we also do the nativity story during Christmas. And we started off doing church theater. And what I mean by that is, we had no other place to go, so we worked through our small church, and the audience would come and they would hear about it, and it kept getting packed out, and we would move it to a larger church, a larger facility. Finally, we developed a partnership with the school, so now we're at the school, and I'm telling you, talk about a school without walls. We're tearing the walls down everywhere we go. We're busting out the seams with our audience, so now we're in need of our own place. We're just in need of our own home because it's had such a tremendous impact on the community.
Let me ask you this now. You mentioned, do you go outside of England with your program?
Absolutely, yes, sir. We get invitations all the time to come and perform. We're mostly performing in the Central Arkansas area. That's as far we've been invited, but we've taken it all over. So
give us a phone number where someone might reach you.
Okay.
Say it slowly, where someone might reach you. What is the phone number?
Okay, you can reach me at 501 259 0205.
And that's for
NBA Holy Hands. That's the name of my group.
About how many minutes does this program consist of?
Oh, wow. We can tailor them. Our own productions are about an hour and a half long. So about as long as just your average play. And it's musical theater, so there's dance and everything in it. But we can tailor them to fit whatever size you need us to.
Now, when are you having another program in England?
We're actually getting ready to do our fall production, getting ready to start rehearsals for our fall production, which will be somewhere around August or September. So we're in rehearsals now for that.
It will take place in August or September?
Yes, sir.
I want to try to get my pastor to see that because he's into community things like that. And he might invite you to come to Pine Bluff.
We'd love to. We'd love to.
And I would like to see it myself.
Yes, sir.
All right, let us talk. We should have about 5 or 6 more minutes. Your curriculum, I noticed you got academic excellence,
yes, sir.
Retention, study skills, college prep, parental involvement. You want to talk on any of those?
Well, I have several initiatives, and I just want to start off by saying that a lot of programs, there are a lot of programs out there that are program oriented, but my program is need oriented. And what I've done is develop 3 initiatives through the arts, through education, and through personal and social development. And what I mean by need is that those are the things that's going on with our children, their need to belong, the need to express themselves, the need to be creative. And I just feel like my programs fits those needs, it meets those needs, and so that's what we're trying to do. So through education, one of the things that we're doing is we're celebrating youth every 9 weeks. We have 9 weeks Excellence Awards, which doesn't just cover their academics, but it also covers their behavior. So and I just feel like that makes it easier to educate a child, when their behavior is in order.
Definitely does. Now, you said you've been working with this about 15 years.
Yes, sir.
Now, are you doing any tracking of those young people to see how they what they become in the future?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir. As a matter of fact, in 15 years, almost a whole generation has passed. And one young lady that's still with me is 25 years old, but I started mentoring her when she was 10. And she is still with me today in my church and working and still a part of the dance ministry in the community as well. And she's doing awesome, married with 3 children, working, has been to college and all that. So that's something that I love to watch. I love to watch a child come to me and then watch them be transformed and move on, just be successful.
We have just 3 minutes before the program will end. Now, if you are not you know, I'm a person who's a strong advocate of history.
Yes, sir.
So if you're not documenting this, I wish you would document and track those people and, you know, put it in print.
Okay.
And then in future to be invaluable material, you know.
Yes, sir.
So if you're not doing that, please do that. Now we should have about 2 more minutes, and anything that you want to say to wrap this up. I notice you have art initiatives, you have teamwork, you have diversity. Talk to me about diversity. What do you mean by that?
Well, diversity is important to me because I am not in an African American dominated city or town, and so it's going to be very important when I look for partners that everybody is involved, that I have relationships across the board with the school and city leaders and all the other entities of the community. And I just think that's important too. I often, when I'm consulting other organizations, I often share with them that you can't have a community organization without the community. And I just believe that across every type of line, racial, faith, it doesn't matter. You need everybody on board.
You need everybody involved.
Yes, sir.
Now, have you been successful with the non-African American people in your community supporting you and your program?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir. And I'm a part of their events as well. And they not only attend our events, we have letters of support. Our mayor.
Let me say this, we have only a few minutes, so give some names. Sir. Your mayor, what is his name?
His name is Danny Maynard.
Danny Maynard, and other persons.
Our superintendent, Miss Paula Henderson of England School District. Also, Miss Alice Bolden, she is the historian for Gartrell Alumni Association, which is the old Negro school in England. So we partner with several.
Is that lady an African American or European American?
Yes, sir. She's an African American, but the other two are not.
Okay. Well, I think our time is about up. I certainly appreciate having you.
Well, thank you.
And may God continue to bless you and keep you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hobbs.
Okay. All right.